Do you remember the one with William Regal and Vince McMahon?
Yes. When Regal, he put the hat on. Oh, you stole the show. Oh, I was trying not to pop. A lot of them was trying not to pop.
Cryme Tyme was awesome. One of my favorite tag teams, just because I think you guys emulated being strong characters and like people can vibe with and get behind. Me and my tag partner were trying to create that same atmosphere when we go out there. We haven't stolen a TV yet. That's like that's still on the bucket list.
That's on the bucket list.
I have heard you say that SummerSlam match with Jericho and Big Show though meant so much to you.
Oh, what made that match so special is because I'm working with Jericho and Big Show. You're about to wrestle Chris Jericho. Like, repeat it. Say it. I'm about to wrestle Chris Jericho. Big Show. I'm about to wrestle. And I kept saying, I was like, oh, like it came like, this is real. Me and LA Knight actually did a music video together.
Oh, no way.
It's a music video. He's got a bunch of wrestlers in the ring. A little Tekka.
Cryme Tyme never winning the tag titles. Was there ever a time when it was going to happen and it just like the plans fell through?
Oh, man.
Rewind, recap, relive. Woo! That's what the world is watching.
So happy to welcome my first guest back to the show. He's done so much since his first time on. I mean, he's been making his name known for about 7 years now in promotions like ROH, GCW, and beyond. One half of the extremely exciting tag team Fresh Air. Please welcome the Hotstepper Macrae Martin.
Thanks for having me back, Jonah. It's been like 4 years. Been way too long.
It has. It's been way too long. You've done so much, like I was saying. I can't wait to get into that. And you're on with an absolute veteran of the wrestling world. He's looking better and more jacked than ever these days, too. So I can't wait to hear about that. He's recently come out with a book, Damn, Why Do You Want to Be a Wrestler? One half of Cryme Tyme, of course. Please welcome Jay the God, a.k.a. JTG.
Thanks for having me, Jonah. You are now rocking with the God.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, all three of us right here. No, this is great. Thank you both for coming on to the show. I really appreciate it. Jay, last time we caught up was at that watch party here in New York City, and I think you had just come out with your book then. So what's the reception been like over the last 3 months since it's been out?
This has been very helpful to most of the sales are coming from up and comers or people who are thinking about getting into the business, and it's doing good. I'm getting a lot of questions. I like being asked questions. That's how I know that you're passionate. You know, once if you read something and you have no questions afterwards, there's some issues. But I've been having people up and coming residents slide in my DMs, asking me to hone in more on what I was talking about. They enjoyed the book, and that was my job.
No, I know you did such a good job.
When you get this in your career, you want to pass down the knowledge and pass it down, leave it better than what you came into.
No, 100%. I mean, you do a good job in that book, blending the road stories with the lessons though as well. It's good for fans and rising stars alike. I definitely think everyone should get it. We talked a little bit about it, but how often did you get that question of why do you want to be a wrestler when you first started telling people you wanted to be one?
I got that question more when I was starting to be a wrestler. I don't get that question asked too much, but when I was starting, because it was where I was born and raised, is it's out of the question. It's it was NBA, NFL, go to college, you go to the Army, go to the Navy, traditional jobs. You follow in your parents' footsteps. My mom was a correctional officer, and she wanted me to be a correctional officer. It was good money, but that's not what my heart is. And
Did you get that too, Macrae? Of why do you want to be a wrestler?
I got it a lot. I always told people that, to me, wrestlers are like real life superheroes. And so I just wanted to be every time I would go watch a superhero movie, I'd always leave the movie theater, but yo, I can fly, man. I can go through walls. I could do anything. And so, wrestlers were always very inspiring to me. And I always wanted to be someone that people can look up to and are inspired by me. So I think that's what always drew me. And I was very fortunate where my family especially was very supportive. The first time I brought my mom to a wrestling show, she was like, you want to do that as she watches a superplex from the top rope. And I just sat there yeah, just dumb giddy smile on my face. This is what I want to do. And she's been my biggest supporter, and like my fiance is super supportive. Everyone in my life has been very supportive, which like I have the utmost gratitude for.
I'm glad you got a good team behind you. That's what you definitely need that because there's gonna be times where you think you're crazy,
Hmm.
and you
It's
got good
mostly
people around you to bring you, to talk to you. And then another reason why we became wrestlers is because what else are we gonna do? Like what?
yeah. like like
I
what?
can't see
A
myself doing anything
regular
else.
job?
Yeah,
Exactly. The only person who thinks I'm crazy is my bank account sometimes. But you know,
exactly.
we push it through it.
Especially in the early days when you're just wrestling just to wrestle. Yeah, for a hot
Oh,
dog and a hot dick. Yeah, you're definitely
exactly.
crazy then. Yeah, there's no.
Only hot dogs, no handshakes.
Who were some of the early people that got you hooked, Hot Stepper, when you were first trying to get into it?
When I first started watching, because I started watching in 2011, so
Okay.
definitely like John Cena was definitely my guy. Like he was, I think every kid my age fell in love with John Cena and like what he represented. And then once I started watching more, like I appreciated more like the workhorses. Like Dolph Ziggler is a name that,
Shout out to
uh,
Ziggler.
yeah, he's someone who like instantly resonated with was like I could tell that this guy was a workhorse and like he was just really good at his job. And then also Fandango, I was shared as a guest on your podcast.
Johnny Curtis.
And yeah, Big Kurt. He's the man. He's awesome. But as a dancer myself and you know, just kind of I just being able to relate to that. Same with R Truth. R Truth was another guy that was like, "Oh, I'm a break dancer. Like this is so awesome. Like this is someone like I can relate to." And those were like the people that stuck out. But like I've gone back and like I've watched more people like we're gonna get into it, but like Crime Time was awesome. Like one of my favorite tag teams just because I think you guys emulated being strong characters and like people can vibe with and get behind, but like you got the job done in the ring. And that's what
Thank
like
you.
me and
Thank
my
you.
tag partner we're trying to create that same atmosphere when we go out
Mhm.
there.
Just have fun and man, just have fun and think outside the box. And like and let them reel you in. Like, okay, that's a little crazy, but let's see where we could. That's what me and Shad did. We both had crazy ideas, and we met in the middle, and we came from
Mm.
opposite sides of the spectrum. So like, because on camera, I might look like the one I'm all hype and hyped up, but behind the scenes, I'm the chill one, and Shad is the hype one. Is
Wow.
the hype one. So when we came up with ideas, especially with match ideas or finishes, we had to meet in the middle.
Hmm.
Everybody was happy though.
Heck yeah.
That's
I
so
still have
cool.
to
Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say like we haven't stolen a TV yet. That's like that's still
That's
that's still on the bucket list.
on the bucket list. So
You
the
know,
big screen on TV and brought it to the wow. Yeah, I look
that
back
was
on some of the stuff I
amazing.
did. I'm like, wow, they let us do that on TV. The George Bush. Oh my
The George Bush was crazy. Some of the
god.
things you guys did, I just saw that. Oh my God, there was something at like a comedy club. I was watching a bunch of old Crime Time
Oh
vignettes,
yeah.
and they were wild. Some of I couldn't believe. I was like, this was on Raw. Oh wow. But Jay, looking at your journey, because when we talked last time, you said you went straight from high school to WWE. I mean, that's insane to me. The youngest person signed, I think.
At 21, but I think Evans got me. Well, I was 21 on the Raw on the roster.
Yeah.
That's different. Yeah, I was on the roster at 21. You could get signed at 21, but you're going to be down in developmental for a while.
Right, exactly. So 21 on the roster. How do you even get on their radar so young?
I was having fun with Shad. That's all I can tell you. That me and Shad was having fun on camera in OVW. They told us we were the tag team champs. We beat every tag team. They didn't, and they wanted to keep us on TV. And it was like, okay, we ran out of tag teams for you to wrestle, but you guys still need to get over. Here's a camera. Go have fun. Go shoot a vignette. Like, what do you want? Just do whatever you want. Just have fun. Just show us your
Yeah.
personality. Me and Shad looked at each other like, all right. And we put our brains together, and that's what Vince saw. Vince saw. He never even saw us wrestle. We actually got heat when we got to when we got up on the road because I was told by one of the riders like, Vince never seen you guys wrestle, right? And you guys, and it's just all your vignettes and your personality. He hasn't seen you guys wrestle. The first time he seen us wrestle was in a Memphis Dark Show right before Raw.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
insane that just your guys' personality sold him. And your journey
Mhm.
to OVW, I saw you said, were you taking the bus from New York to Kentucky?
Yeah, after work at the movie theater at AMC.
Which is
I
wild
was
because
aggressive.
I was just
Oh
at
yeah,
that AMC like last week. It's always going to mean something different to me.
oh
I
yeah.
was
It's
at
always gonna mean
42nd
something to
Street.
me. I haven't been there in a few years. I have a lot of memories there.
It's still holding up, still
Yeah,
good.
that
Right
was
on
actually like
top of
my
the.
first official job. Like that gave me a check. AMC.
And so, were those days of OVW? Was Jim Cornette still there?
Yes, Jim Cornette was there. He was the evil genius, the brains, and Danny Davis was the owner. He was also great at great wrestling mind too. Shout out to Danny Davis. A lot of us owe Danny Davis a lot, for OVW. OVW.
Yeah. Was that where you kind of crafted like the JTG character in OVW?
Yeah, yeah. Because when I left high school, I went and trained for 6 months in North Carolina, and then nothing was getting there, and then I had to make a move. I bumped into somebody from Tough Enough, someone who got eliminated, and he told me he was going to OVW. Bumped into what's the gentleman name from that tag team? Rico. He also went to OVW.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the manager for
For
yeah,
Billy
you
and
know who I'm
Chuck,
talking
right?
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bumped into him, and he said he went to OVW. I was like getting all these OVW signs, so I went straight there.
Did anyone there help you craft JTG, or was that all you?
I would have to say my original tag team partner, Abraham Washington.
Oh
He
yeah.
helped a lot because I had the mentality of being a workhorse. I was watching Chris Benoit videos. I can say his name, right? Chris Benoit, bro,
Yeah,
bro, hard,
Yeah.
going hard. I was, I was watching a lot. I wanted to be a Mac technician. I was just in love with the telling the story in the ring. He was my best friend at the time, and he called and he said, "Hey, man, at this next amateur show, we need to turn up. We need to come out there, and that wrestling stuff is cool, but we need to look like we from." And I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm like tights. I want to be serious." He's like, "I ain't gonna make you no money." And then he came up with the idea with 50 Cent. He pulled from 50 Cent. We pulled from LL Cool J. We pulled from Soldier Boy, and yeah.
yeah, and
so,
it's funny,
so
and
he
that
helped
it.
me. So he helped me a lot first, and then he had his issues, and me and Shad. That was it. That's what the universe wanted.
Yeah, and that personality is what got you guys on the main roster. That's awesome. Hot Stepper, so you mentioned you were dancing before you got into wrestling. So were you always the Hot Stepper, like from the start, or was there any other characters that came before?
So I've always been the hot stepper, but I like JTG was also I wanted to be the workhorse. Like I wanted to have those 30-minute barn
Yep.
burners back and forth. And so I was crafting like a different character. But uh I debuted less than like 2 months into my wrestling into training.
Oh wow.
Just
Wow.
because I did a camp like a 3-day camp with Speedball Mike Bailey, and he picked people from the seminar or the camp to wrestle on the dark match of the following show for the promotion, and he
Nice.
picked me. And I think I just because again with the dance background, like I had the athleticism where like I adapted very quickly and with rolls, with bumps, with moves. Also, I was like I probably spent a quarter of my life in 2K moves create a move set. So like just
Yes, yes.
watching the breakdowns of everything. Like I mean, in my first match, I don't want to brag, but like I hit a pretty good spine buster just from watching. But
Oh, those two
so
Ks, huh? That's how I
2K,
got some of my. That's
yeah,
how I work on my punches too. Create a
yeah,
wrestler.
right.
It's
That's
Peter. Leave it
awesome.
on repeat. Find your favorite
But
wrestler and watch him do it over and over again.
exactly. But yeah, so when I got told that I was debuting within less than 24 hours, so I had like nothing prepared. So like I went to a buddy of mine, I borrowed a set of gear from him, and then I'm driving to the show and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna use my name. And then I guess I'll be like a dancing character because that's all I really know. And guy who does the audio visual for the company texted me. He's like, "Hey, so what's your entrance? What's your name and entrance music?"
You
And I
had
was like,
no clue.
"Oh, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even think of that." So I'm like, I'm driving and I'm like on my
Heineken.
phone, like I'm like looking up. So I was like, okay, I need like a moniker, like dance names. And so I like searched up I did dancer names first, but it gave me like a bunch of stripper name generators. I was like, that ain't gonna cut it. So then I did dance crew names, and like at the bottom of the list was the Hotsteppers. I was like,
Love
oh,
it.
the Hotstepper Macrae Martin. I'm like, I think that has a cool ring to it. So
Yeah.
then now I'm like, okay, now I got to think of a song, and I was like, oh, I got to be something
Finish.
upbeat, like maybe Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars or something like that. And then I was like, oh, another wrestler uses that song there. And then it like dawned on me that maybe 2 or 3 weeks before that, I actually taught a choreo for my dance troupe to the song "Here Comes the Hot Stepper," and I was like, "There it
Perfect.
is," and I like it fell into place so perfectly. And like, and again, I started watching 2011. I had no idea who Public Enemy was, but people love to remind me that like, "Oh, so you use Public Enemy's theme songs?" Like, yeah, I know. I didn't watch ECW. I'm sorry. But it just like naturally came about. And again, I was gonna do like a one-off, like I'll just do the dancer thing. But when we were like planning the match and I was kind of creating moves on the spot and sequences on the spot that just based on like dancer knowledge is like trying to incorporate things. It's like this was so easy, and also it was so much fun because it gave me something to get the
Face off
crowd
of.
behind me because
Yep.
like they had no idea who I was. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna change people's perspective on dancing characters in wrestling. Like we're not just, comic relief. We're not just to get the
Mhm.
crowd moving like mid card. Like we can be taken seriously. And like you have dancers who are probably pound for pound some of the strongest athletes on the planet. And
Yeah.
so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna break the mold. And so I've been the hot stepper ever since.
Great shit. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is
Thank you.
awesome. And I mean, it still is one of my favorite nicknames in all of wrestling, the Hot
Thank you.
Stepper. Seriously, it's so good. JTG, when do you become JTG from like Jay the God and like the neighborhood that we saw? When did that like the actual name come about?
Yeah, I went through a lot of evolutions.
Yeah.
So I was JTG. I came up with that in Rip Rogers' class. Just too good. That's what it stood for at the time because I used to always end
Oh.
my promos were just too good. So JTG. And then as I got called up, I started working with Paul Heyman. He wanted to call me the neighborhoodie. And at the time, if Paul Heyman gives you a name, you love it. You don't say nothing. So I was a neighborhoodie for a while, and then when I got signed to WWE, that's when I officially changed it to JTG. And I initially didn't have any no acronym to it. I would just keep sticking to JTG because that's what I was used to, and that's what I was using in OVW. So JTG, and then everyone kept asking me in WWE fans. I had to come up with something, so I said just
Yeah.
too gangsta, just that gangsta, just too gangsta. You pick it. And then when I started my solo career, that's when I had to evolve to a god.
No, it makes
I needed
sense.
a
It's
whole
so
new
funny.
identity change. Yeah, I needed a whole like when Shad passed, I'm surprised I'm in the ring. I didn't want to wrestle no more. I told myself I'm never stepping back in the ring. I don't want to be around that environment because I don't want to be reminded, of all that, of all the good times and blah blah blah. That I had to, go be alone by myself for a little bit. And here I am. I'm still doing it.
What do you think it is that caused you to like step back in and take the step back in?
Nah, I really think I had a moment with Shad. I think he's like, you think I would want you to stop wrestling? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Oh wow. Yeah.
yeah, like I felt that. Yeah, I felt like you think I would want you to stop wrestling? Continue, man. You got to rep the team.
Yeah.
Put your
I
best
love
step,
that.
put your best foot forward, and do what you got to do.
No, absolutely. I love that you're keeping the memory alive. I mean,
Thank you, thank you.
Crime Time really was like one of the most beloved teams, I'd say, probably ever. Like it's up there for sure. Especially people who grew up during that like era. It was very special. What do you think it was that made you and Shad click so much?
Similar backgrounds. We were friends before we were tag team. Tag team. When I first got to OVW, Shad took me under his wing. That was like my big brother for a while. And then, as I got when I first got to Kentucky, he helped me, get me. And then when I was good in OVW in Kentucky, we separated for a little bit. I had some distance. He was doing his thing, and I was And then we were always still cool. He gave me his fake ID. I would go to the club when I
I
was
love it.
19. His ID. Yeah, he got me my first job. Shad did a lot. He gave me my
Oh
first
hell
apartment.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a big part of my life besides being my tag team partner like before WWE. So it's just how it worked out. How he became like my big brother in OVW. Got me because it's Kentucky. Going from New York to Kentucky, you need somebody to take you take you under their wing. And yeah,
Absolutely.
so we were friends before the being a team, and we just knew each other. Like I could read his mind, he could read my mind. We just could read each other. Yeah,
I think that authenticity showed through too to the
yeah,
crowd. Like everything you guys did, it seemed like you were having a lot of fun with.
yeah. I was wearing Tim's already.
Which wrestling and Tim's, I can't even
Yeah, I had to work
imagine.
on that. That was the part I had to in practice. That I had to, my drop kicks got lower.
McRae, were you watching when Crime Time debuted?
I wasn't watching at that point. Like I everything I've watched was retroactive, but that was the first thing that stood out was like, how is this man wrestling in Tim's? Like like I like just the fact that you got height on the drop kick, I was like, damn, all right. But no, but it's really cool hearing how like Shao was like a big brother to you and like how you guys formed that friendship and it translated on screen where I feel as my partner Junior and we're very much the same thing where we trained at different schools and
Uh-huh.
then once Eva Luno and Stu Grayson opened up their school here, we started training there together, and we both had that same mindset of like we want to get to WWE, we want to wrestle as many places as possible. Like we'll hop in cars, we'll drive 8 hours,
Uh-huh.
we'll do whatever. And so like having spent so much time on the road together, we really created this strong bond.
Mhm.
And when we started tagging, so we were like, you know what, if we start tagging, we'll probably get on more shows.
Mhm.
And just like again, just with the training, with the road, like everything, like he's my best man for when I get married
Oh, that's great.
Dope,
in
dope, dope.
2027. We got some time. But yeah, it just like and it I think it really translates to when we perform in the ring because like you guys, like we just love to have fun. Like we're just being goofy, we're being silly, and we're getting the crowd hyped and that's what's cool is like a lot of people come up to us and say like the you guys are just you have natural chemistry and it's we're just being ourselves and we're just two goofballs who like are doing what we love.
Goof it up, brother. Goof it up. That's what me and
Thank
Chad
you.
did.
Hotstepper, what caused you to actually team up? Because when you came on last time, you were doing singles. So what kind of made you form that tag team with Junior?
Yeah, it kind of formed after the pandemic because it was like a weird transition period where there was a lot of people who step back from wrestling in our area or they just haven't decided to come back yet. It was because of, it was like 2021 still like up in the air. But we were like we had a promotion ask like, hey, do you and Junior tag? And it's like, well, we haven't, but like we've talked about it. So we did it for one show in somewhere in Quebec. And then I think because there weren't a lot of shows running and there weren't a lot of tag teams, people saw that and they're like, oh,
Mm,
can you guys tag here? It's like, oh, can you tag here, tag here? And so it just kind of it naturally grew in Canada. And we started to have this like nice balance of tagging in places in Canada and being single stars. So we were able to continuously grow in
yeah.
both aspects. But then when we broke out into the States, like for Beyond and Limitless and Game Changer, that's when we were like, I think if we stick with this tag team thing, like we will be able to make it and like make a big impact. And I feel like we've done that. Just like we got, I don't want to say we got lucky. We were granted an opportunity where we got to wrestle Jordan Oliver and Nick Wayne
Mm.
for a game changer, and that really like helped put us on the map. Like our Twitter following shot up, our Instagram following shot up, and so then a lot of people were talking about us because I think maybe it wasn't the first time that we wrestled live, but I think it was one of the first times that we wrestled live. So like we're seeing the live reaction and impact that we had. And because of like the success that we've had and like the we took a chance and like tried to make our names known elsewhere. Like we've are considered like we were ranked number 36 in the top 400 tag teams this year.
Yep.
We're former IWTV tag team champions. And, now from we want to take that success and we want to keep growing. And we've done 2 Europe tours. We want to do more Europe tours.
Congrats.
And hopefully, like, we can continue growing and hopefully a major company sees that and wants to take a breath of fresh air.
I love that. And I definitely want to get into the creative aspects of Fresh Air because you guys like you've evolved it so well. But first, I got to hear with Crime Time. So you guys make it to the main roster, JTG, and you immediately. I feel like the stealing starts pretty soon with you and
Yes.
Shad, right? Stealing everything. Who, whose idea was that? Because it's legendary. Like some of those segments.
So Vince came up with pretty much with the whole gimmick from watching our vignettes that we did in OVW. And in OVW, we robbed a smoothie shop. We robbed somebody who went to the ATM. All the vignettes that you saw on WWE, we did it in OVW, and WWE just put a good camera crew behind us and some lights. It was the same. We replicated the same thing. And Vince, he saw that, and he was like, "You guys are. We just can't have you guys. I want you to. What did he say? He wants you. He wants us to be his Chavo and Eddie. Talk to them. I remember him telling us to go talk to Chavo, get some advice from him because he's pretty much doing a similar gimmick, but you're gonna give it to the crowd. That was definitely Vince's idea. He said you're gonna steal from the rich, the locker room, and give it to the crowd. And like you could keep some of it sometime, right? He was like, he was laughing around, playing around with it. But yeah, sometimes we did keep some of that money from the crowd.
I was about to say, where you were really able to keep that money.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
oh yeah.
It's funny. I wonder if you would have like, Venmo or something these days. Like if you're going out
No,
there.
put the barcode on my jacket.
A bar,
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
QR
yeah.
code. That's so funny. Is there a favorite thing you stole? Is there one that you guys really enjoyed?
After we got through the uncomfortable part with Lita, because
Yeah.
that was her. Yeah, that was Survivor Series, and I don't think anybody. I just felt the energy, that when they told her about the segment, and I just felt the energy, and I'm like, I don't think she wants to go out like that. But as we started talking about what we were gonna do, and we were, we was making her laugh, we are gonna do this. I felt more comfortable, and that was probably one of the most favorite things I stole. It was Lita's box.
It was so good. Oh, so at first she didn't love it, but then was she a fan afterwards?
Yeah, I think she was a fan afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great
Because
set.
at first, I think when you walk into the building and you know it's your last match and everybody knows it's your last match, you're kind of thinking, okay, I want my flowers, and then you get your flowers taken, with a scene with, with Crime Time, but it was all in good spirit. We
Yeah.
had fun and it was very memorable. Thank you so much, Lita, for that moment.
Yeah.
No, it was so good. And McCrae, so Fresh Air, you hail fresh off the dance floor, you two. How did you actually
Yeah.
land on the name Fresh Air for your team?
Yeah. It's something that like I'd always talked about because I was trying to kind of think of something where he was just kind of doing his own thing of I think he was the young bull. Like because he was 17 when he started. So he was like skinny underdog. Like that was kind of his vibe. But he was an incredible high flyer. And then like for me, with all the dancing stuff, I was like, okay, well, like fresh air. Like I think it's a unique name. It kind of stands out. Everyone I talked to loved the name except for Junior. Junior did not like the name. And like when we started tagging more and more, and they're like, okay, we can't just keep calling ourselves McCrae and Junior. Like we need a name. And I'm like, I think we should go with fresh air. And he goes, I don't like it. And then I got like an angry parent. I was like, we were in the car and I was like, look, either come up with a better name or we're going with fresh air. And then he's like, okay. But like he's like, we'll do this. Let's post on Instagram and we'll do like a poll of like what our tag team name should be. And I was like, okay, I got you. So like we took a picture and we posted on stories like, what should our tag team name be? And then I put either Fresh Air, as with an F, and then I put fresh air with a PH. So that was like our cheat. It was like these are our options. These are our options. And like people went fresh air with the F, and I was like, okay, thank God.
That's like the two headed coin.
Yeah, exactly. I just like I pigeonholed him and like no, like unless you come up with a better name, like this is what we're going with. But yeah, that was like that was my idea that like I eventually got him to like. But in terms of like our actual gear and stuff, because we come out with we look like Run DMC. We got the
Yeah.
tracksuits, gold chain, bucket hats. Because at first we didn't have tag gear. We were just doing our singles gear. And then there's a promotion in Toronto called Demand Lucha, and I got a call from the promoter because they do like a lot of the wrestlers, they'll do like silly gimmicks or like different masked gimmicks and stuff. So
Mhm.
he was like, you know, Macrae, he goes like, Macrae, you're a character, but Junior, he's got nothing. So I need you guys to like come up with something. And he's like, I want you guys like in bucket hats and gold chains and track suits and everything. And like he's explaining to me on the phone. I was like, so you want Run DMC? And he's like, yes, I want. That's exactly what I want. And I was like, okay, awesome. And we were just gonna kind of do it as like a one-off with this one promotion.
Mhm.
And we did this fun. We did like this funny vignette where we're watching like the promo that our opponents cut, and they were dressed up as like asylum patients,
Mm.
and so we were freaking out, but we were like, what do they have that we don't? And he goes, masks. It's like, no, 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 no. But like, what else do they have? It's like, wait, tracksuits. It's like, you think what I'm thinking? And then we did this like silly, I think it's still on our Instagram, but we did this silly vignette where it's like slow motion. We show up in our tracksuits and we think we're top shit and like we're beating up the students. We did a funny thing where like we pinned like Stu was yelling at Junior, and like I rolled up Stu like 1, 2, 3, and we're like, I just pinned Stu Grayson. What? But like at the end of the vignette, like we're in the locker room, we're like, and I'm like, I start handing him cash, and he's like, more. And we just keep handing him cash and like handing him like, here's the chain, here's our hats. He's like, and we were wearing glasses too at the time. It's like, does he want the glass? I don't know what he wants. It's like, it was just, but like again, showing that personality, I think helped elevate us. That we decided, like, you know what? Let's just take this everywhere. It's like they don't. It's not like they own the rights to what we're wearing, and they ended up like they now take it as like a badge of honor. Is like this is where Fresh Air originated, and so it's cool because that's also helped us stand out and just like separate us from other tag teams or just like again being silly and like our attire like it's just so much fun.
Yeah, it's cool. Jay, you were always really good at that, like combining pop culture, I feel, with your gear, with wrestling, like kind
Oh
of
yeah,
blending it all together.
absolutely. I pulled from everything: the glasses, Soldier Boy, the multiple chains, the grill,
Grill.
Nelly,
Yeah.
Nelly with the grill, pant leg up, LL Cool J. There's more. There's probably a lot more. The 50 Cent with the vest. Like there's so many. Well, yeah,
You
I think
know,
when fans could see when you could pull from different dimensions from pop culture and like who did a good job of that was New Day. Oh my gosh, they pulled
Oh
from
yeah.
everything that had nothing to do with nothing. You getting Dragon Ball Z, you getting Cereal, you getting Booty-O's. Like
Yeah.
how did all this connect? But they were having fun.
yeah, they were. No, New Day did so well at that. What was it that had like did Shad ever almost veer into like the flashy gear too, or was he purposefully more, like the tank top, the jeans, the Tims, and you were more the flashy one?
Yeah, he left the what he called it? He called it bedazzle. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the bedazzle to you. He enjoyed his jerseys. And I even tried to talk him into getting some rhinestones on it. He wasn't having it.
That's so funny. There were so many pieces that made Crime Time stand out too. I mean, the theme song is, I said it before, but I mean, it's one of my favorite themes of all time in
Thank
wrestling.
you. Yeah, my mom still uses that as a ringtone.
Really? That's great.
Supportive mom right there.
There were a few versions of it too, right?
I think there was only two that I know of. The first one, and then there was a follow up after that. And then I think there were like different variations for different types of like they would cut out just to begin in sometimes and just play from the yeah. But it was I think there was only two versions of the song, and
Yeah.
sometimes WWE cuts it up, But yeah, I think there was only two versions.
Okay, yeah, that was one of the first songs I bought on iTunes. I remember way back. Was that Crime Time theme? You and Shad, like the pieces that made you up once you stepped in the ring, are like good tag moves. I feel that is almost like a lost art in wrestling now, and you do the same with Fresh Air, Macrae. But you and Shad, Jay, you had a move. I think your finisher was it called the G6? That tag move you
G9,
guys did?
G9, yeah.
Oh, G9, G9.
Nine.
Okay, how'd you come up with that move?
That was Shad's idea. We was trying to come up with a finish. We had a few, um, but it involved me flipping. But Shad didn't want to pick the person up. It was a weird, awkward way that I had Shad holding the person like in a wheelbarrow, and then I hit the ropes and jump over his shoulder, and I had to. That's what originally was going to be our finish. And he was like, "Bro, I can't squat like that for that long, and you're gonna have to improvise. Think of something better." And then he came back. He said, "I got it." It was an OVW. We just got called up to the road, so we were in Crime Time yet. And he called me in the ring. He got one of the students, put him in a Samoan drop position. He's like, "You're gonna do a flipping neck breaker," and I'm like, "From the standing? Like, no, come on, Jay, you have to hit the ropes first." And I'm like, "Oh, you gotta walk me through it, bro." And then we got the timing, and then I was like, "Oh, hit this from the top, from the rope, from the middle rope." So we had different ways that we could hit it, but we definitely had to get our timing down because sometimes when I would hit the ropes, he would turn, and I didn't want him to turn. I just wanted to hit I just needed to build up momentum. So it was like definitely a timing thing. So yeah, we got it.
Do you feel that McCray with some of your moves with Junior, like that timing matters? Because you have some great tag moves.
Oh, 100%. Like it's like we're now at the point where it's like we just feed off each other. Like we sense that timing, but it definitely took a while. Or there's even I was earlier this year, I was out for about 3 months with an MCL injury. And like when we first started tagging again, like you could tell that we were off slightly, but we were able to pick it up again. But it's so true. Like having that timing down is the utmost importance because like especially with tag moves because like especially because you're trying to coordinate like our finish we call the air freshener. It's like I have the guy in the electric chair and I
uh,
pop him down and he catches him in a cutter. If
oh yeah,
like
timing got to be.
it
Yeah, I got to good
exactly
for that.
if we like if the spacing is a bit off or if just like if I pop before he's ready, like there's been a couple times where it's like he's just done this and like there's just the head just goes there. I'm like, oh, I guess it's the same move basically. Uh,
Yeah,
but
there's been a few times where Shad did the Samoan drop and I didn't even grab the guy's head yet. Yeah, there's been a few times.
you're you're just like
Yeah,
with a
whatever.
neck breaker.
So
But
funny.
what I loved about the G9 especially is like especially when you guys first started where you did a lot of the cheating where you like you would either pull. I remember, I think it was when it was like Viscera and Charlie Haas, where like you did like the slingshot to the back and you fed right into Shad and you slid in, hit it, and then stopped Viscera from breaking the pin. It was like
And
just
off.
the smoothness of that was always sick.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You're bringing back memories. I would probably never remember that. He didn't do it.
It's funny, the roster was so like diverse too when you guys came in. Like you had like Viscera there, but you also had legends like Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, I
Yeah,
think was in the
hashtag Jim
tag
Duggan. Wow.
division. Ron Simmons was still around, I know. Do you have any memories kind of like being around those legends?
Oh my gosh, I had to remain. I had to really. That was a good point in my career. I had to work on my not being a fan because as a wrestler, you're still a fan at heart. But you have to when you first get in there, and then especially at my age, I'm watching people. I was just watching a few years ago in Madison Garden. I'm sitting on the bus with them. They're offering me a beer, and I'm like, I'm still mind blown. I'm still like kind of my first European tour. I was on the bus with Ric Flair, Roddy Piper, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. They're all sitting in the front, and I'm still like grasping this. I was in Kentucky a few months ago. I'm on the bus with all these legends, and they're like they accept. You know what it is like? Someone the team accepts you. Like, oh yeah, he belongs with us. It's like that type of like I belong here. It was a great feeling.
That's amazing. It's so early in your career, and that's so cool. Speaking of legends too, I got to go back. It was WrestleMania 23. You and Shad backstage with nothing but legends. I think it starts with
I
who
would
was
probably
it?
never remember that either. Yes,
It,
the
would- do
party.
you- it was Dusty Rhodes, Sergeant Slaughter. I think Ricky
Slick.
Steamboat comes in.
Was Slick there? Slick was there,
You
right?
slick, yep.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah, he
remember
made a
anything from that?
yeah, I remember that. That's the only thing I remember right now is Slick.
So he made.
I'm trying to remember I'm gonna as soon as I get off this video with you, I'm going to go look it up on YouTube
Go
because I do
watch
not.
it. It's such a good
All I
one.
remember is Slick.
There's that one. Do you remember the one with William Regal and Vince McMahon?
Yes, I'll never forget that one. That one was
Legendary.
fun.
That one
Yeah,
always pops up,
Legendary.
I feel. What do you remember from that one?
that I remember us hitting that. We did that was only two takes. That was only two takes. We did it the first time, and I don't think we really messed up. I just think we wanted to make it better. Like that first one was good. Let's do a second one just to make sure. And that second one, when Regal he put the hat on, oh, he stole the show. That was it. He didn't do it the first one. The second one, yeah, we had to keep it
It looked like he'd been waiting his whole life to hit
to do that.
that.
Right? Oh, I was trying not to pop. Oh, a lot of them was trying not to pop. That Regal did that because that caught everybody off guard because he didn't do it the first time.
That's so good. That improv that's just like a skill.
He's like
Oh, I think
Regal was like that sneaky, like again, probably one of the best technical wrestlers that could get it done. But
Yeah.
like I've always appreciated his comedic chops. That's what I love, like some of the best wrestlers who are also like the best comedians, like Stone Cold, Kurt Angle, Brock
Uh,
Lesnar has had like hilarious moments too,
yeah.
where it's like it's just and you brought it up earlier, Jay, with like it's the person like Vince, he didn't even see you guys wrestle. It was just the personality that he saw. And I think
mm,
that what like I've now not that like I've only been in it for 7 years, but like now that we've started to have more students coming through our school, I've gone to share a little bit of my knowledge and experience with them. And again, having been a dancer since I was 2 years old and like finding something that I'm really knowledgeable in and that find my niche, I always
mm.
encourage people like it's great to be a good wrestler and like it's great to, get it done in the ring, but are they going to
Entertainment first.
remember you when you
Yeah.
leave? So like that's why I tell people it's like find something that you love, like take you and just turn it up to 11 because that's how people are going to resonate and remember you.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, that's excellent. It is,
Spoken like a true wise man.
yeah.
Good teachers.
We spoke, briefly last time, Jay, about Crime Time never winning the tag titles. But I'm curious, was there ever a time when it was going to happen and it just like the plans fell through?
Oh man, three that I can remember.
Really?
Damn.
Three times that I can remember. The first time was with we were supposed to win it from Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch in South Africa, or the pay-per-view. Either or, I knew they was putting the titles on us. It was either in the South African tour or the pay-per-view when we came back from the tour, and we got fired right before the tour.
Ah,
And then there was another time we were supposed to win it. Uh, we we wrestled. Was it Cody and Ted? We
right.
wrestled. What was the name?
Legacy, right?
Legacy. Yeah, we wrestled in Legacy. And Shad and Cody got into a little spat about the finish. That's no big deal. It was just professionals, uh, having different opinions. But I was told that we were supposed to win the titles from Cody and Ted, and because of that little spat, they put the titles on. They changed their minds and put the titles on Kofi and CM Punk. They weren't even a tag team. They were put
Oh,
them together.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
That
that.
was supposed to be
Yeah,
us.
that
Yeah,
was so random.
yeah, that was supposed to be us. But yeah. And then moving on. What's the third time? Um, I was told that we were supposed to win it from Jericho and Big Show, but that was always up in the air.
Hmm.
It wasn't really that concrete. But those first two times, I know that we were supposed to win it. It was always some obstacle or something. But it's whatever. I'm
Right.
happy with the way my career went. The uncrowned champs. I'll take that title.
Definitely. And that's a list I think you guys are at the top of too. Or uncrowned champs that didn't need it, but in our hearts,
Three time,
Yeah,
three time
three-time
on Crown
champ.
Champs.
Three time.
The asterisk.
I have heard you say that SummerSlam match with Jericho and Big Show though meant so much to you. As a match, you do really what made that match so special?
Oh, what made that match so special is because I was working with Jericho and Big Show. And then also it was at the Staples Center. Yeah, that's where I debuted. Like I have a connection with LA. That's why Staples Center. I love that. I love LA. I love the Staples Arena. Not even Staples Arena now, right now. What is it called now?
It's like
Is that
I think
crypto?
it's like crypto. I think like
Crypto.com.
Crypto.com Arena.
Awful,
Yeah.
yeah.
awful.
Crypto Staples, whatever. That building has a lot. That building has a lot. Holds a lot to me. And what was the question? I'm sorry, I don't know. What was
Just
the question?
like what kind of take us back to that match, I guess, and where your
Oh
mind
yeah,
was at within it. Yeah.
yeah. So before the match, Abraham Washington, who I started with originally, who gave me
Yeah.
he was doing Abraham Washington. He was also on the show with Tony Atlas, and we started together. You know, he would pick me up from practice, and we would wait outside in the parking lot in front of the OVW building until they opened up. You know, when we got there early, and we were just reminiscing about, yo, we are at LA in the Staples Center. You're about to wrestle Chris Jericho. Like, repeat it, say it. I'm about to wrestle Chris Jericho. Big Show. I'm about to wrestle, and I kept saying, I was like, oh, like it came like this is real. Like because when you're in wrestling, sometimes everything's so fast paced. You just go through the motions.
Hmm.
Like you always on to the next thing. Okay, tonight SummerSlam, tomorrow's Raw. Like you always, you know. But when you're like, I'll tell you to do this also too, McRae. Like when you get to a point where when you make it to the WWE or AEW, step back and take a breath of fresh air. Just enjoy the moment.
Hey, yeah. I got I love that. I
Stop
love
what you're
that.
doing and just because I was just going through it. I had to stop. He had to stop me and say, "Bro, you have a tag team match on the card with SummerSlam with Chris Jericho, and Big Show. That's think about it." And I was like,
Like
"Ah,
stop and smell the roses type
yeah."
thing. Yeah. It's so true, and like I get reminded that of that a lot, where it's like, you take this moment in and
Mm,
appreciate it. For me, like I when Jonah brought up earlier, but I did a like just doing an ROH dark match and getting a pop because it was like a hometown crowd. And like I'm just standing in the ring, and like that was a moment where like the first time I'd stepped into a ring for a major company, and I'm just looking around and I'm just like I know I'm about to take one clothesline and just sell my ass off,
yeah.
but this is such a cool moment, and like I'm gonna cherish this, and
Soak it
like
up, man. Soak it up.
I know that when I get to that next level, like where this becomes like a regular thing for me, I still want to appreciate it and like look back and be grateful for the journey that I've had that's taken me up to here. And like I've always said that like I want to make it not just for myself, but like to give back to the people who supported me. So just and I will think to like when I'm stepping in a ring, like whether it's at on a Raw or a WrestleMania or whatever it is, and like just thinking about those people, I'm like, I'm here because of them.
I love that. No, and it's cool, McRae. Fandango gave you some of the best advice. I mean, not just for wrestling, but like life. I feel in that last one, it was one of my favorites I've heard when he was like, enjoy the journey more than the destination. Almost. Do you find
Mhm.
yourself kind of looking back at that and following?
Oh, I 100%. And uh I remember I was having this conversation with a junior actually where uh it's such a weird thing where like our best friends live 8 hours away.
Mm,
But it's because like all the memories that we made with these people. And like I couldn't tell you what I did in a specific match in the New Year's Eve weekend back in 2023, but I can tell you that myself, Dustin Waller from Miracle Generation, and Marcus Mathers stayed up for 7 hours playing Uno No Mercy in the hotel
Wow.
room. I like
Wow.
I and to then sleep for 90 minutes before we had to go to our booking that morning. But
Whoa.
like we were just like we're just kept Uno. If anyone's ever played Uno No Mercy, you know it's like
I never have, but it
it,
sounds
it,
It's
intense.
intense.
we again like we were up till 7 or 8 in the morning, and then had to get up at 9:30 to get to a 12 p.m. show. Uh, but like we, I
That was
remember
a Red
those.
Bull. That was a Red Bull
Yeah, lots of
show.
Red Bull, some White Monster for sure. But like that's like those are it was just fun because like it was me, Junior, Miracle Jen, Marcus Mathers. Like we're in a hotel room
Yeah.
and we're just having fun and like we're vibing and like we have so many road stories too of just like of silly memories that we make there. And I kind of always think to myself that when I'm 50 and I'm retired from wrestling, like I'm gonna look back on like memories like that
Yeah.
and be super happy for them and super grateful for like the people I met along the way. Like if you look at my wedding guest list right now, it's so many people from that just from wrestling.
I love it. No, I mean definitely. And like I said, it's good for life too, right? Just take a look at kind of what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Jay, if I'm not mistaken, you hold a victory over Chris Jericho, even separate from that tag match, like a one-on-one, right?
Oh yeah, and that was
Hell
in
yeah.
New Jersey. That was in was it Nassau? Yep, my mom was sitting in the front row. I'll never forget that. Forget that day. And my mom, when she comes to shows, they never give her, those best seats. They knew what they were doing. I appreciate that because they
That's
usually
cool.
sit by the hard cam or you know they put him up. They put him up there.
Yeah.
When I was asking for comp tickets, but that night they made sure my mom was sat front row to watch her baby boy beat Christian.
That's awesome. And it was cool too, yeah, seeing that that's a great moment and now she's got the Crime Time ringtone. Full
hmm
circle. I heard you say that somebody that or a team you would have loved to see Crime Time go up against was DX, that feud. And I think that would have been great. The segments would have been
Yeah, the segment, not
golden.
even the matches. I'm not even thinking about the matches. The
Yeah.
segments.
The segments. Was there ever any talk of that? Because I think both teams were operating around the same time.
Yeah, we definitely around the same time, but no, I don't I no, they was working the squad, and after the squad, uh they was work I forgot who they think, but yeah, we were because we were two babyface tag teams also.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you had that
I
ticket scalping segment, I remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was just
You
about to
remember
say
that?
like I have like the best of DX like it was like
Right.
2006 2007 when they reformed, and I just remember like the ticket scalping like with the briefcase and everything. Like it was such a fun segment. And I don't know if it was the same Raw or if it was like somewhere around the same time, but like they did the bounty on DX. And I think all those segments just kind of mesh into one memory of mine. It was like it's just so much fun.
Oh, no.
DX was like on the borderline of like Acme and Looney Tunes, like the stuff that they were coming up with. It
Facts.
was great. I was glad to be a part of it.
It was so sick.
Is there anyone today, Jay, that you could see Crime Time having like would have had a good feud against?
Oh yeah. Definitely the Usos.
Mm.
I would have loved to work them. The New Day. I know they're not a tag team right now, but Kofi and Xavier. We're all good friends, so I know we would have laid it all out in the ring for you guys if we ever had the opportunity. And then also I wanted when Fandango and what was his tag
Tyler
team partner?
Breeze?
Yes, they had great chemistry on camera too with the when they were cops, fashion cops,
Yeah.
and I
The
thought that would have
Fashion
been a great
Police.
fashion police and crime time. That would
It'll
have
be
been
so oh
that'd have been great.
Oh, that would have been so good. We have the Royal Rumble right around the corner too, and I love, before we wind it down to ask you, Jay, any favorite Royal Rumble memories? Because you and Shad did so many funny things surrounding the Rumble.
One of my favorite moments will definitely have to be winning the we talked about earlier, the double headed coin thing. the fact that we even got, because some wrestlers they just run out to their music. The fact that they wanted to give us like a little small little storyline before I entered, and being eliminated by the Undertaker. I'm good. My career, like I'm happy.
Is that something that's like talked about with him beforehand, or was that just kind of like in the moment?
No, no, no. You know who you're getting eliminated by, and
Okay.
you have to pay. And there's so much going on, so you have to pay attention to your cues. And there's a lot of cues.
No, absolutely. McRae, what do you think as someone on the rise now? You have any predictions for the Rumble coming up? I think it's the first one in Saudi too.
Is it
Oh
Roman
yeah,
in Saudi Arabia? That's where it is.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I honestly forgot. I forgot about that part. It was in Saudi this year.
I'm sorry to remind you.
I was like,
Wow.
well, like
I
we
feel throw
had
off
this
the timing.
conversation yesterday too.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah, but like uh, I personally I would like to see LA Knight win it. I don't know. I don't know what his momentum is like now because
The
I've
Roman will
been
help. He's got it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just because like it's again like when I was saying like when I was growing up, I really appreciated like the workhorses and like the people who were the most well-rounded wrestlers. And I think LA Knight, he's got a great move set, he's got a great look, he's got great promo, and I think a lot of us fans have just been like. Okay, when are we gonna pull the trigger on LA Knight? And I think that's like the fan in me is like, all right, I want to finally see this guy get his flowers,
Yeah.
and it'd be great to see him like in the Rumble since they won't let him win the Money in the Bank apparently.
Yeah.
Let's give him the Rumble. Yeah, I agree. No, great
Oh yeah,
prediction.
speaking of just a little insert, me and LA Knight actually did a music video together.
Oh
That's
no
pretty
way!
that's really random. Yeah, we did a music video in LA for this kid named Tekka, and he was the look it up. It's called Royal Rumble Champion or something like that. It's a music video. He's got a bunch of wrestlers in the ring. I eliminate him, and then he comes back in the ring and eliminate. It's a fun video, so check it out. LA
Oh
Knight's
heck yeah!
making an appearance. Lil Tekka.
Hell yeah! Okay, I gotta look that up.
That's such a cool crossover. I love that. I know. I do think it's this time though, McRae. I agree. But I want to thank you both, for being here, McRae. For you, it's been awesome hearing what you've done since the last time we've been on. Can't wait to see what we do for the future. But what are some goals for you and Junior alike as you continue on long-term, short-term goals?
Uh, Short term right now, what we've talked about is we want to start branching out to other areas of the US to kind of make our name known. So we've talked about going to the Midwest and like Chicago, Memphis area. We want to do a Cali tour as well, spend some time there. Personally, I would love for next year to do the 3 month LA dojo, like New Japan dojo camp because I think that would really give me some good insight and help me grow and just get that different perspective. Also, just be in a different scene because I mean, we've experienced the East Coast and we've experienced overseas, and it'd be nice to experience the West Coast and see how like the styles differentiate.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. No, well, good luck with all that. And like I mean, Fresh Air is on fire right now. Can't wait to
Thank you,
see what
bro.
it does. Jay, how about for you? Because you're still killing it. What is on the agenda for the God?
The God 2026 continue to have more fun on the road. And I don't care where that is. I'm just gonna have fun. It's gonna look like I'm serious and being a badass and doing my thing, but I'm really having fun out there when I'm able to create moves and create new spots and seeing if it works. It's like a comedian, they want to try new stuff out, see if it works, and then when you're on the indies, you have the luxury to do that because TV, them cameras is on. You can't, yeah, you have very small space to be trying stuff and causing errors because that's what people are going to remember. But the indies, you get you get that opportunity to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna have. I'm gonna tell you to McRae too. If you're not on TV, it's because you're not having enough fun. Have fun.
Oh, 100%. Hell
You're
yeah.
having fun.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, let's keep having fun. Everybody thinks you gotta be serious and politics and all. I mean, yeah, that plays a part too. But the energy that you bring, people want to be around it. Fans want to see it.
Yeah.
It's contagious. And you just stay positive. And sometimes you might get hit with something from left field. Keep a positive attitude because sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
No, 100%. I appreciate that, especially being. It's funny because like I'm only out for a few weeks just from a small tear in my
Yeah.
bicep, but just like it's given me time to kind of just like take a step back. Had a
Mm.
bit of like it's funny where you don't really see the burnout in real time. It's kind of just you see it after the
So you
fact.
feel
Like,
it,
oh,
yeah.
like I've been pushing, like I've been in the gym set 6 days a week. I've been in training. I've been on the road. Like
Mhm.
haven't really made time to like kind of decompress everything. So like take this has kind of been like a bit of a blessing and kind of relax. But I have one more goal to add. I forgot about
Oh, let's
this.
hear it. Yeah.
Oh,
Because you see, last time I was on the show and me and Fandango, we did the interview. We ended up wrestling each other a year and a half later. So
oh, okay.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, if I gotta keep this streak alive.
All right, next
So what
2026, McCray in the guard
2026, the God and the hot
and the
stepper.
hot
I think we gotta step in the ring.
Oh my
Let's keep
God.
it alive. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I would love that. If that happens, this is getting clipped right here. Big time.
I'm gonna start if this happens, I'm gonna just like start telling you who to put me on
Calling
when
Yeah,
I'm
out.
showing
I
up.
Hey,
know.
book
I,
John Cena. I know he's retired, but
but
book
yeah,
him.
John
John,
Cena,
yeah,
John
yeah.
Cena.
Bring John Cena on. You know, one more. No one's really retired. You know.
Oh my God. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. This is
Oh,
fun.
thank you for having me on. I had fun, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Rewind, recap, relive. Woo! That's what the world is watching.